county's on the wrong side of this. I think we definitely need to see how we could be advocates for being part of bail reform. You know, we're fortunate to have the largest county in the state, third largest in the country, and I think that we are in a unique position where we could be leading on these issues, not be leading from behind and being reactive. Again, when a large number of inmates are simply awaiting trial and can't bond out, to me that tells me something's wrong and we're not using tools that are at our disposal. I'd like to see where legal counsel could be present at the hearing, so we could, that there could be an advocate there. I'd like to see where we could use other models, more PR bonds, personal recognizance bonds. I think it's single digits that are authorized. We got to be careful, though, to make sure that when we're granting those, they don't also become more restrictive.
Sure.
Because that could be, a double-edged sword. But I think these are things we could work through. But again, and this is my experience on city council, is when you're working on an issue like the Sobering Center, you bring up the different stakeholders, find out what the concerns are, how can we minimize the concerns that people have in making this happen, but we make the case with strong numbers. Look, to me, bail reform is important because I'm thinking about the public safety aspect of it too, is these dollars that are being diverted from other areas of public safety are being sucked away from a costly jail system. And I think we could really even ask for the legislature to consider maybe, automatic release or something with certain offenses or minor offenses like first-time offenders, non-violent, for example, that they automatically, could be released.
How does the sheriff office fit into bail reform, and what role do you see it play?
I think we could use the bully pulpit. I mean, provide leadership and make the argument that at the end of the day, these issues impact my jail population coming in. And what could we be doing on the front end, using pretrial services to make effective decisions, and also, making sure that we understand the impacts that when you're separating families, especially on nonviolent offense, and then people are potentially, pleading to certain things that just to get out of jail where they could be mistreated, where they could be beat. We had somebody earlier this year that was killed by another inmate while awaiting trial on a misdemeanor on camera, and nobody was watching, and the killer was released. I mean, we could do better than that. We could just be a louder advocate on these issues and lead from the front.
Here's the thing. Julio and I sit here week after week with a variety of guests, not just defense attorneys. I mean, we've had law enforcement on here. We've had
experts,
all that, and we've talked about the current event issues and what people are saying, and there seems to be a lot of lip service that people want criminal justice reform, okay, and everybody is talking about it, but very few people are putting their money where their mouth is. And what troubles me is you have the county commissioner saying we need to reform our criminal justice system here in Harris County, but then they go off and they approve spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to fight one of the very things that hundreds of people have said, look, this is the quickest way to ease the problems with our jail.